Hey, beautiful friends. This is Sarah Blumenfeld with Networking Done Different, an outreach of an invitation to more.com. Today, I'm joined by my longtime friend, Lisa Piper, owner of Natural Living Food Co-op and Cafe in League City. And I'm so excited for her to share all the wonderful things that occur at her business. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is a food co-op?
What is a food co-op? So there's a lot of definitions of a food co-op. I will tell you about our food co-op. In general, though, food co-ops are communities who come together for access to foods they may not have access to at prices they may not have access to in their community, something
Mhm.
that is community driven. So it can look like several different ways, different styles. The way we do ours is definitely driven by our community. We are constantly letting our customers decide what they want to see on the shelves and what they want to see in produce shares. But we work with our local farmers, growers, backyard growers. We work with our local vendors who make all sorts of things like microgreen snacks, and we have jewelry makers, and we have potters, and we have so many things that we support. So we are in support of the community, by the community, for the community,
Hmm.
basically. And we choose to offer our produce shares each week, as well as education. We're always about that, sharing how people can get healthy and how we can help them on their health journey.
How did you get into this in the first place?
You know, as with most people, the journey starts with them, right? So that's
Mhm.
totally what happened with me years and years ago. I've always had an affinity, certainly for herbs and nature and sustainability. And then my own health journey led me to this lifestyle
Mhm.
long ago. I began realizing I had some autoimmune issues that started popping up. I ended up taking 8 years to get diagnosed with celiac disease. And I was the one who diagnosed it and told the doctor, and he went, "Holy cow, you're right." That's how that went. So, but that really set me on a path of, hey, what we put in our body really impacts our health greatly.
Mhm.
So I really started doing my research, started getting educated. I started getting my health coach, certificate, my raw food chef certificate, became an herbalist, did all of those things that felt like a lifestyle for me. And
Mhm.
then, of course, when I had my kids, it got ramped up even more because they started having problems with their health. And I went, whoa, okay, yeah, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah. How long has your store been open?
So I've had the co-op for about 15 and a half years now.
Oh,
Started
wow.
little tiny bitty grassroots. It was literally myself and two other families that really wanted to have access to these things and a community. Way back when, years ago, I would set up at other farmers markets and sell my little organic cotton clothing and my little herbal things because I didn't have food cottage law back then. So food wasn't a thing yet. And I would hear people 4 or 5 times during a 4 hour market separately say, there's no like minded people who really understand health the way I want to
Mhm.
live it. People don't understand eating certain ways. And I thought, well, that's not true. I see so many people
Right here.
now.
Hello.
You're the fourth person today to tell me this. So that's when I went, wow, okay, we need to gather the community. There is a need. And so I set out to do that. And that's how I slowly started building, with just literally myself and a couple other, people saying, we had to first establish an account with a dry goods supplier, which sounds weird, before I could ever even go into produce, because especially 15 years ago, there was hardly that much organic produce locally being grown. Now we had produce, it just wasn't, a lot of it was organic. So it was hard to find. So I had to find kind of step one and then establish the produce supplier that supplier would allow me to have access to, that's certified organic, that I could then supplement the local people, see what they have, and start growing it. So back then it was literally me going to farmers and backyard growers going, hey, can you switch to organic? Hey, can you try growing this in your backyard? Hey,
Oh,
that's
wow.
how it started. And so it started in my living room, a place, and just for pickups for shares. And then I went to my detached garage that, my husband and I outfitted with AC and walls and the whole thing, so that we could be open 2 days a week for share pickup and a few other things. And then we expanded that to a carport, and we just kept expanding and realizing, wow, we need an actual building. It's time. But we had to grow it really small and slow to get to the point where we could afford rent somewhere. And that was about 8.5 years ago when I moved into the place that we are now, and began a partnership with someone so we could afford just half the rent, and then slowly eventually took over the whole thing.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it is. It is, but it's definitely been growing with. I literally started this with $10 in my pocket, two little kids in my lap, going, well, this is what we need in the community. Then I'm going to build it, and I don't know how. Thankfully,
Wow.
the first year I was able to, every single dollar that came in, invest it back in, so that I could literally grow it from small grassroots to where it needed to be, until I needed it to help pay for electricity and rent and food for my own kids, right? And then it came to where it is now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it certainly shows your commitment to all this.
Yeah. And it is a commitment. It's also a labor of love. It has to be. Because
Right.
as any small business owner will tell you, you really got to love what you do to keep doing it. There are so
Yeah.
many hours. I won't even say how
Right.
many hours I'm still working currently per week. That's a little frightening. But as a small business owner, because I care so much about not just the business, but our impact in the community. That's exactly how I started, right? Is I
Right.
cared about the people and their health, and how can I help guide people. I have so much information. I want to share it to help others. So thankfully, there's that driving me.
And how did the cafe come about? That wasn't there in the beginning.
It wasn't. So the original vision was to have a big space, even bigger than this. So we're going to go one more step at some point, a little bit bigger, so that we could add a cafe with healthy foods and more seating space where people can gather, book clubs, whatnot, along with the, bulk dry goods and grocery and apothecary with the herbs, the whole circle. When we moved here 8.5 years ago in this building, I shared the space with another, actually a co-op member who wanted to open a juice bar and cafe. So she did the juice bar and cafe, and then I did the co-op garden, all the shares and all of that. And so we split everything, and that worked for about a year and a half. But she had younger children, and it was just time for her to move on to something different. And so then I basically bought her out and slowly began to evolve the cafe. And it's interesting how that went, because when I first took it over, I basically purchased the rights to her recipes, and she was vegetarian, not vegan, and all organic, and that was great. And so I purchased the rights to it, and I thought, okay, this isn't really my recipe, but I need to make a way to transition this. So I was using her recipes, and then it was great at first just to go, and then it was no, it kind of stopped, and I realized, what, it didn't seem to be taking off. And I realized the reason it wasn't taking off is because it wasn't my menu. It wasn't what I know, what I'm trained at. So I shifted it with the idea of, there aren't very many places for people who need to eat allergen friendly or a certain diet, completely getting rid of maybe grains or getting rid of meats or whatever, those that healthy atmosphere is. There
Right.
just wasn't anyone meeting that. So I actually changed the entire menu to 100% raw, vegan, gluten-free, mostly grain-free. That's how it was started. And then it took off. Then it kind of began evolving where people were requesting some cooked foods because all raw is a little too much for people in this area. They don't quite understand enchiladas and tacos that are raw. So I slowly started adding and merging it where it is now, where we keep the menu 100% gluten-free, 100% dairy-free. It's 100% vegan, 100% soy-free, 100% corn-free,
Oh,
and
wow.
100% cane sugar-free.
Okay.
So we work with whole foods. What do we use
Mhm.
for sweeteners? We use dates and bananas and fruit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And we don't use cartons of almond milk. We use organic almonds and water and make our own, right?
Oh, wow.
So I cleaned it all up to be very, very clean. And
Mm.
the reason that the entire menu is 100% vegan, because our store does sell organic meats that are all free range and local, and we have even wild caught seafood from very clean waters. The reason our menu is 100% vegan is for several reasons. One is we want to offer that option for those who on their health journey, that's what supports their body most, and
Yeah.
that's where they feel best eating. And also, we want to show people vegetables can taste good. You know, we forget that, and people get afraid of them. They're afraid of their vegetables. And so that's where I want to be able to step in and go, try something different. And
Right,
also,
right.
yes, to be able to offer all the, gluten free, dairy free, but also to show this is low inflammation. This is a
Mm.
different, more supportive way for your body.
Yeah,
Try it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We actually have people who eat here, eat the whole meal and say, that was the best meal ever. Love the pulled pork. And then they find out it's vegan. They go, I
What?
had no idea.
Oh,
Oh my
wow.
gosh.
That's awesome. And besides eating there, you also can take it out, right? You have some that you can just
Right.
buy and take home.
Yeah, exactly. So, of course, we can package anything to go. We also offer something where we have a lot of people who will get our meals unassembled so that they can take 3 and 4 and 5 days worth of meals for the week, just already unassembled so that they have all the parts and then they
Okay.
just assemble it at home. And then we also sell a lot of our constituents in our fridges. So you can buy a whole container of our organic taco meat, a whole container of our dairy-free sour cream, and a whole container of our nacho cheese, that type of thing.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I just have to mention, because I think it's the coolest thing ever, you know what I'm going to say, that Lisa was on Guys Grocery Games on the Food
Yes.
Network, y'all. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So much fun.
Yes, yes, that was such an experience. That was one of those, okay, I'm putting it out there someday, and then it happened. And
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
bizarre because I had somebody say, hey, there's this food competition I think you'd be good for. You should just apply for it. And I'm like, huh. Okay, it was basically all I knew was it's a theme of take comfort foods and make it healthy. I'm like, oh, I can do that. I went through 2 interviews having no idea it was for Food Network. It
Oh, wow.
wasn't until the third interview that I went, wait, did you just say Guys Grocery Games as in Food Network? And they were like, yep. I had no idea. And so I went through 11 interviews, by the way, to get there. And
Oh
then
my gosh.
I just somewhere in the middle, I was like, then I'm like, oh, Food Network. Oh my God. Oh my God. Right. And I was nervous for about 2 interviews. And after that, I was like, you know what? They're probably not even going to pick me because what I do with food is so extreme. So I got really relaxed and was just myself. And then they loved it.
Right, right.
They basically didn't even tell me, okay, you're on. They were like, okay, here's your ticket. And we're going to fly you out to California. And I went, oh, all right then. Here we go. Yeah, that was an experience. It was fun, but it was hard. It was so hard.
Yeah.
They don't really, I mean, it is legitimately 30 minutes, and they gave me a 15-minute walkthrough of the grocery store setup of where things are. And then you get 15 minutes to look at your station. Like, hey, where's my salt and my oil and the pepper? Where are my tools? You know, that's all you got. And then it was ready, go.
Oh, wow.
What
Oh,
you see
wow.
is what you get.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. So fun. So fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. And it's just, again, I did better than I thought I would, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
was hard. And I went up against a lot of very talented and skilled chefs. I mean, really skilled,
Yeah.
talented,
Doing
chefs.
this for decades, all day, every day type of thing.
Oh yeah, they have multiple restaurants in large cities. One guy had a Michelin star. I'm like, whoa,
Oh,
oh my
wow.
God. But Guy was great. He was very personable. He set us all up, lined us up 2 episodes worth of people. So there were 8 of us at like 5 in the morning. And he just went down the row and he's like, why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? He wanted to know. And I listened to these chefs going, I'm really good at what I do and here to show the world what I do. And I'm thinking, you just said that to Guy. Like, don't you know how skilled he is? Oh my God. So finally, I'm like 6-1 down the road. They come to me and I literally just said, hi, I'm the kindergartner here for the college grad exam. Um, what I do with food is very different. And to be honest, I'm here for the experience, have fun, and to just push myself. And he said, that
Oh,
that is the reason all of you are here. We already know what you can do. That's why we selected you. Go have fun. And I went, oh, okay, I can do that. So I did.
yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's so awesome. All
Yeah,
right, let's
yeah.
return to the nitty gritty of shares. So you become a member of the co-op by doing what? And then what are shares and how does that work?
Right. So you don't have to be a member to shop at the co op, but those who have a membership have access to a lot of things. They have access to our organic produce shares that we offer every single week, rain or shine. And it's flexible. You don't have to get it every week. We just offer it every week.
Okay.
They have access to recipes when they get a share of what they can make with all the things they take home that week. They have
Nice.
access to bulk purchasing dry goods at a discount. It's usually 20% off retail, sometimes 30 or 40% off retail if it's on sale.
Oh, wow.
Then you have access to taking other people's splits. People will put bulk dry goods up for splits, like a 25-pound bag of rice. And they'll just have to commit to half to put it up for splits and say, I'll take half and see if the other people want it. And then literally we coordinate all the other members going, ooh, I'll take a pound of that. I'll take 2 pounds. But we all get the cheaper prices, right?
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Then you also have access to discounts, coupons, so many resources, so many things as a member. So it just ends up paying for itself. The basic membership is $48 for the year, but we do prorate it each month. So like for example, right now it's October, it's $12 from now to the end of the year, right? So that's how
Okay.
we prorate, which is really nice. And that gives people a chance to try it out. It's $4 a week to have
Wow.
access to discounted things, local things, things that we make whole food ourselves. It's really nice. And then we do have investor level memberships for those who want to invest a little bit more upfront, earn a percent back at the end of the year, get further discounts. And almost all of those people who come with any regularity find that the percent back and all that they save literally just pays for itself. We've had so many members that over the course of 10 years have only paid for one membership. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
there's lots of ways that we kind of offer that. The shares themselves, we source very intentionally from our local organic farmers, local backyard gardeners. We grow some of it ourselves. And then we supplement with our nationally certified organic supplier based out of Denver. We have to do that because otherwise in summer we'd eat nothing but eggplant, okra, and maybe some tomatoes and peppers. That's all we get. This is where we live. So we have
Right,
to
right.
supplement it. We
Yeah.
are very picky. I am very picky about it's all 100% non GMO and organic. So oftentimes on Thursday night, you will find me out at some of the local farms picking with the farmers for the shares the next day.
Wow.
But I keep a really, I'm very involved with our farmers and growers so that I know what they're using and I know I can stand by what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then our national supplier, I work really hard to source things when I can to farms that are closest to us. If I can't get it, it's another Texas farm or New Mexico or Colorado or Arizona farm, something like that. So I try really hard to keep that food travel down as
Yeah.
much as possible.
Yeah. So you have three kinds of shares, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fruits and vegetables, and then
Yes, so we have a fruit only share, so that's very helpful to keep people out of the candy dish, right?
right.
And then we also have a small vegetable share and a large vegetable share. And the way that we template those basically is the vegetable shares have 2 to 3 leafy greens. This is going to be your lettuce and your kale and your spinach type thing. It's going to
Okay.
have like 5 to 8 hearty veggies. So this is your broccoli and cauliflower and avocado and zucchini, right? 1 or 2 flavorings. This might be garlic, onion, basil, and then 2 to 3 varieties of fruit. And that's a pretty good mix. We
Yeah.
keep that template there. And then, of course, the large share gets more of everything. And usually it'll have more unique items that may be a little more expensive, hard to find. And it'll have more local things that maybe our local farmers didn't have enough for all the shares, but had enough for, for that. So that's typically what you find in the shares. And then, of course, we love giving recipes with what you can do with it. And the other thing too is when people order their shares, member orders their shares, they can substitute up to 3 items when they order their share.
Okay.
So they may say, hey, I want that small share, but I don't want any mushrooms or cauliflower. Instead, I want more. And then they look at what else we have and they go and they give us options and we just go, here you go. This is what's equitable. So it works.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of flexibility in there, which is hard to find with CSAs or other food co-ops that do that. They're usually very rigid. Yeah, it's usually not a lot of flexibility.
Right. And there is a price associated with that. So the membership just gets you the membership, but when you
Right.
buy a share, you pay for the share.
Yes, exactly. So the membership gives you access to whatever you want to purchase and how you're going to use it. So the shares, of course, are discounted than if you went and bought all that stuff individually, of course. And also, very often, the local stuff will only have limited amounts and it goes to the shares, right?
Right.
And then you just purchase. So the small shares $24, large shares $36, and the fruit only is $16. Again, all organic, working with what we can to make it a good mix. And then we stay seasonal with, of course, with climate change. What seasonal looks like now is very different than it used to look, but we still stay seasonal and rotate it. So it's not the same thing for 6 weeks in a row, Yeah.
And then when you do have extra stuff, then that's just available for the public to come and purchase, right?
Right, exactly. So every Friday, 3 to 7, and Saturday, 9 until about 3, we have what we call the open market. It's like a micro mini farmers market that we put on the back porch. It's open to the public. So we have whatever our local people may have. They plop stuff down there. Sometimes it's stuff that aren't even in the shares because they didn't have enough for the shares. Whatever's left over that we have, it's all organic so that the public can then come and shop those things as well. Yeah, exactly.
Nice. And don't you have a new kind of share recently, herbs or something?
Yeah, so we actually have 2 other shares that are once a month shares. One is our juice shares. We actually call them juice prep shares. So once a month, it's the first weekend of the month, we have juice prep shares for those who want to juice. We will offer all of the organic vegetables and fruits and then the recipes that I write. You have access to all the recipes and then you can take it home and juice it yourself. Or for an additional fee, we'll juice it for you, which a lot of people will obviously take that option. And they literally just come and pick up the juices. And that is 6 juices a day, 16-ounce juices a day for 3 days. We have a 3-day juice share or a 6-day juice share. So that we offer once a month.
Okay.
Then the new share that we just started this year is a medicinal herb share. And
Mm.
that's for people who want to learn how to work with medicinal herbs. And it's not to become some, strong, stringent herbalist, and you're not going to become certified as an herbalist through it. It's really
Right.
for those who want to use this for their family, their friends, themselves, really understand how to do it, but have some guidance how to do it safely, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
that's really important. So
Right.
the way that we have that set up is once a month, and this is the last weekend of every month, we offer the herb share. And it's usually anywhere from 7 to 10 herbs that you're learning. And you literally take home those herbs.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you're learning 1 to 2 different herbal procedures, like how to make a tincture, a salve, a vinegar or an infusion or whatever. And we'll give you
Okay.
recipes of like 2 to 3 things that you're making and all the ingredients for those recipes so you can learn those procedures yourself. We also offer seeds for growing one of the medicinal herbs there that actually grow here in our area. And then there's information sheets. So you get an information
Oh.
sheet on every single herb, what it is, how to use it, the precautions, and how to do it safely. And
Mm-hmm.
then we also offer a whole sheet on seeds, how to grow those seeds and what you need for that. We also offer videos. It's usually about 4 videos of the procedures that you're learning, the recipes you're learning, and just a rundown of the herbs. And I usually have something else supportive, like I've taught people how to rotate their herbs and why, the difference between a band-aid and root cause when you're looking at what herbs to match up with something, muscle testing and allergies. So there's just a whole lot more support. All of that goes into a self-paced package so that people take a month at their own pace to learn that, along with
Mm-hmm.
the support from all the videos. And we also have a private Facebook group that you can sit and ask questions. Hey, what did everyone else do when they made their aloe butter? Mine looked like this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
That's
fun.
great. I love all the education and the recipes so people don't get the food and go, I don't know what to do with this.
Exactly. Well, we understand that not everybody grew up eating this way. It is a shift for a
Right.
lot of people. And they may
Yeah.
look at something and go, oh my God, what's kohlrabi? What am I supposed to do with this? And
Yeah.
we go, here are 4 recipes of what you can make with it. And it's yummy.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Super
that's the thing
important.
that we do as a cooperative is we're all about education.
Mm-hmm.
Education on health, maybe medicinal herbs. The one thing that we agree on is that whole foods and whole plant medicine is what supports our body best. But
Yeah.
how people translate that for themselves is completely open, and we support all of that, which
Mm-hmm.
means people who eat 100% paleo meat with every meal and no grains and no legumes, welcome on in. We can help you. We have so many things. People who
Yeah.
eat 100% vegan, welcome in. We have a lot of things we can help you with. People who eat keto, welcome in. Here's what we have that we can help you with. It's really about shifting back to, I should say,
Mm-hmm.
the foods in their actual normal natural state
Yeah.
and learning how to work with those again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So how do people do you have an email list that people can sign up so they know about your events and everything going on?
Yeah, so the best way to get started is to get on our newsletter. That's actually how our members place their shares, so you see everything. Every Monday afternoon, we send out the newsletter, and it has information and recipes, but it also says what's in the shares, what our local people have available, events, coupons, discounts, it's all in there. And then our members literally just hit reply by Wednesday at 10 a.m. It all says in there with
Mm-hmm.
whatever they want to order that week, and then Friday, Saturday, pick up. So the place to start would be get on our newsletter. If you want to get a membership, you can come in, fill out that little membership form, and we'll put you right in the system. And then people are ready to go. We are very open to answering all the questions because we know it's a different way to shop. We
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
But it's also worth it to learn the system and really understand that what you're supporting is local, your local economy, your local farmers, your local chefs, your local artisans.
Yeah,
And that is really got huge value.
for
Huge
sure.
value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is your website and how do people get on your
Yeah.
email?
So our website is shopnaturalliving.com. And of course, our email address then is it's sales at shopnaturalliving.com.
Okay.
And our phone number is 832-632-2937. And sometimes people just find it's easier to just give us a call and we walk them through the whole thing. We're actually located in the historic district here in League City. The address, it's actually just in League Park, the cutesy little gazebo park with the railroad tracks, you know. We're
Right.
right there at the park at 3rd and Michigan. And it's really easy to find us. We're just a couple of blocks off of Main Street, so a lot of people don't know we're here because we're a little hidden. But if you go to the park and go back by the basketball courts, you'll find us.
It's the cute little house on the corner.
Yeah, yeah.
219, right? North Michigan.
219 North Michigan Avenue. Really easy to find in the historic district. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know you have a lot of, as you said, local vendors there. I know the Hemp Man of Texas, who I interviewed recently,
Yeah.
he has stuff there for people to get, and I'm sure you have others as well.
Yeah, we actually, so we also rent out our commercial kitchen here. And so the Hitman of Texas actually uses our commercial kitchen to produce his things. And we have a
Oh,
lot
nice.
of other local people who do the same thing here. So if you need a commercial kitchen, that's what we do. So we have so many local people. I mean, so many vendors. Yeah, local microgreen growers and, local chefs, bakers, so many different things. We're always looking for that. We are picky because we have to make sure it's all non-GMO, organic, and fits what we
Right,
agree with. But
right,
yeah, we
right.
look for more people all the time.
Wow, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I know also that you have ways that the community can give back, for instance, purchasing a share for someone else. Can you talk a little about that?
Yeah. Yeah. So we have our angel shares. We usually do it around the holidays, and we've had enough people ever since the past 3 years that now think we're just going to open it up on all ongoing. Angel shares are where someone in the community can purchase a share or a gift certificate or money for someone else that we've identified in our community in need. And we have a list that we keep. And we try to really look at those in our own community who understand the value or need organic, need gluten free, or a certain way to eat because of health issues that they may
Yeah,
be addressing.
yeah.
Some of them are pretty serious, but don't have a financial way to do that. And so we will match that up. And we do this anonymously unless someone gives us permission to, of course, say, hey, go ahead, use my name. That way people are comfortable doing
Yeah,
that, receiving and giving.
yeah.
And during Hurricane Harvey, when we did that, I mean, we just over the course of a very short amount of time, 2-3 months, we probably fed over $7,000 worth of food to people. We helped
Oh,
match up what people needed. People would say they lost their car and car seats, and someone would donate a car, and someone needed linens, and someone needed clothing, and we would match up the need to the people who wanted
oh,
to gift. And so
yeah.
we still do that now. Every once in a while, we'll have someone in our community with a need, and we'll put it up there and then put it out there, and someone matches it. That's what we
Oh,
love doing,
I
connecting our
love that. I
community.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what we're about,
Lisa,
community.
we need more of you.
Yes. Well, I need more of me too. It's a lot to run, so we're always looking for volunteers. We pay in food trade, so yes, we always need more help. Yes.
Yeah, so y'all definitely, if you have not been out to her store, please go. It is so awesome. There's so much there. And as she said, so many knowledgeable people that will walk you through, this is this and this is what you do with that. And what's your
Yeah,
issue here? This can help. And then just if you want to volunteer, that's also a great way to learn more to support your health.
exactly. Exactly. We
Mhm,
love that. Yes.
mhm. Awesome. What are your hours?
So we're open Mondays 9 to 7, Tuesdays 9 to 5. It's our short day. And then Wednesday and Thursday and Friday is 9 to 7, and Saturdays 9 to 6. We are closed Sundays because I don't want to work 7 days a week.
Right, right. You need to recharge a little bit.
I have to hit recharge occasionally.
Yeah. Well, anything else that you'd like to share as we wrap up?
I think that's really it. Although I will say we always love helping new people to navigate odd things, new diagnosis with their health, their food, or whatever. So I also do nutritional consults one-on-one to help people through some of that.
Oh, nice.
So definitely come in, see me, see us, see how we can help.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Well, thank you, Lisa, so much for doing this interview and also so much for what you do for the community. It's really astounding and so important.
Oh, thank you. I'm very, very grateful for you and your time to allow me to share this with others. So thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, friends, thank you for listening. Always appreciate you taking the time. If you would like to be interviewed, please email me at networkingdonedifferent@gmail.com. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.